What's going on YouTube? Champer Productions coming back at you with another Star Wars review. Now in today's video, obviously you already know, I'm taking a look at a lightsaber. I'm taking a look at something special, and I am very excited to introduce you to what I have on the table today. Now before we dive into anything, this lightsaber is from Saberspro, and if you're interested in getting a lightsaber, I highly recommend you go check them out. I'll have the link to their website down in the description box below. Press on that link. Go check out all their really cool lightsaber stuff, and if you see something you're like, man, I want that, add it to your cart and use promo code ChampSabers10 and it will save you 10% at checkout. So it's an awesome deal. They've got some amazing stuff. But without further ado, I want to introduce you to the Saberspro KENDO lightsaber. This is a combat-oriented and combat-built NeoPixel lightsaber, and it does some stuff that I have never seen on any other lightsaber before. And I have about 18 or 19 lightsabers now, and none of them do what this lightsaber does. It is quite impressive and quite unique. Now, before I continue talking about the saber itself, I am going to talk about the contents of the box, as I should, as a lightsaber reviewer. So in the box, you do get some tools for the saber itself. You get a charging cable for the lightsaber itself. You do get a USB stick drive to modify the soundboard if you do so choose. A unique NeoPixel blade, which I'll talk about here in a little bit. And then you get your owner's manual. So you get all the necessities for the lightsaber itself. Now, talking about the Kendo lightsaber up front and at face value, it doesn't really look like much. The all-black color scheme looks really good in my opinion. The silver button, for kind of like a highlight in a way, looks really good. It does have the Saberspro logo on the bottom of the hilt, which looks really nice, but outside of that, there's nothing really visually eye-catching about it, which is not really the goal of the saber, but it's just something I thought I would point out. However, I do like the ring on top. I think that actually looks really good. I like the build of the saber, even though there's not really a whole lot of fancy, detail on it. It doesn't really need it. So I really do like that. It has what it needs. The saber hilt itself is pretty long, so you can really orient your hands however you feel most comfortable, which is really good for saber combat because you want to be able to manipulate the blade, and this being a combat-driven saber, that's a box it needs to check off on, and it definitely does. Now, without further ado, the big difference between this lightsaber and any other NeoPixel lightsaber that I've been able to find on the market anyway is the way it is actually set up. So when you look at any type of lightsaber, you have screw holes at the top of the emitter, and basically what you do is you put your blade in the emitter and then you take these little screws that you usually get and you tighten them into the screw holes and they hold the blade in place. This saber, you take the top of the emitter here and you unscrew it, and it comes off, right? And then you take your blade, and it has this little silver ring. You take the emitter, and you feed it through, just like so, and then you screw everything back together just like that. And this right here, ladies and gentlemen, this is ingenious, because no matter how hard you tug, pull, no matter how hard you swing the saber, no matter how hard you duel with somebody, you don't have to worry about any screws coming loose and the blade falling out or the blade losing connection to the saber hilt itself. Because the way NeoPixel lightsabers work is you have a series of lights in the blade itself, and there is a little pad at the very end of the blade that connects to the lightsaber hilt, and then when you power it on, the lightsaber hilt tells the blade what to do, like with the colors and stuff like that. So whenever you use lightsabers that have screws on them, they have the potential of, during a duel, loosening up and the blade losing connection or the blade coming out. That's not going to happen with this saber at all. I am going to do like a durability test video where I just try to go as hard as I can into the paint with this saber, just to prove that no matter how hard you use the saber itself, it will not budge, it will not break, because I'll be honest with you, it's such a simple yet ingenious way to do things. Now the other moneymaker with this saber is that it's Bluetooth compatible. So you download the Xeno Configurator app on your phone, and the cool thing is that it's available for both iPhone and Android, which is always a positive. You download the app on your phone, pull it up, you turn your lightsaber on, and the phone will automatically pair to the saber. You connect the two, and you can control everything from your phone. So the advantage of that being you no longer have to manually switch through all the controls on the lightsaber, because what you used to have to do before they designed Bluetooth technology for sabers is you'd have to sit here and press the button and hold it down for X amount of seconds to change the effects. So like if I wanted to change the sound font, I would have to hold this button down for 3 seconds. So it'd be 1, 2, 3. And it would say, you know, Luke Skywalker sound font, which is cool and all, but it would take quite a while to get to maybe a certain sound font that you want. Now you just pull up your phone, connect it to the saber, and you say, I want this sound font, and it pulls it up. So really awesome, really cool, because it saves you a lot of time setting up what specific features you want for your sabers. Now when it comes to powering on the saber, you simply press and hold the button down. It'll say power on, and then you just tap the button and it lights up. And of course it's going to have all of your premium features. You have smooth swing, and it sounds absolutely phenomenal. Like the speaker on this, top notch, top notch. You do have obviously all your other effects. You have flash on clash. You have blaster deflect. You have tip drag. You have blade lock. You have color change. You have different sound fonts. I mean, the whole 9 yards. This saber literally has everything. So with all that being said, I don't really have anything to talk about with the saber itself. So I'm going to kind of take it outside and film with it and show you all kind of what it has to offer. Okay, so I'm going to go film with the lightsaber here in a moment. And, yeah, I've got my tripod with me, obviously. And, you know, I have neighbors. And when I do these reviews, I can't help but wonder what they're thinking. It's like, hey, Lori, come here. That crazy kid's outside with a giant glow stick. Okay, I'm going to set up for this shot. I think my favorite feature of this lightsaber, obviously, is this new method of blade installation. The reason being is because it's so simple, it's so easy, and it takes literally seconds, and you don't really have to think about what you're doing. You just get the blade, attach it to the emitter, and you're good to go. Simple as that. I love it. So another neat thing about this saber is
the protector.
The amount of sound fonts and the options it has. So as you just heard, it's switched to another sound font. Ooh, that's a pretty blue. Oh, yeah, I would have lost my hand on that one, but okay, so I literally just connected to the app, and the cool thing is it tells you how much charge the saber has on it. So I've been filming with it for a few minutes now, trying to get a bunch of just random shots of me with the saber. So it's only at about 46%, but I can literally power the saber on. Through the app, I can change the font.
The Master. The Butcher.
Oh, that's a pretty color. I like that. Oh, nope. I can adjust the volume.
Volume level 56. Volume level 100%.
I can change the color. Turn it on. So it's got like a color palette, which is really neat.
You can change it through that. You can do a color, quick color select, I forgot what it was called.
Color selected.
Or you can do like this infinite color wheel,
Color selected.
which is really cool. Then you got like all the saber controls. You got all these little itty bitty details. So this is just kind of a preview of what it looks like. But I mean, still really cool that you can literally control the entirety of the saber through the app. And you don't have to worry about, disconnect the app real quick.
App disconnected.
You can still alter everything through the saber, but I mean, this is what it would have looked like if you wanted to change the sound font. You'd have to
The princess.
go through each individual
Fallen apprentice magenta.
little detail, so it's really nice to have the app. It's hard to admire this on camera, but cool thing is that this little button right here, if I can get my camera to focus, actually changes colors with the blade. And the amount of detail this blade's able to capture in its visual effects is stunning. Now, for those of you wondering how bright this saber actually is, I'm in my review space. I just turned the lights off. And I brought light to my entire review film area, space. Yeah. So, this thing is, quite honestly, like, super bright. So that is my review of the Kendo lightsaber. Obviously, I'm very impressed with the saber just because of how easy it is to use. It's super simple to set up. There's no really screws involved, obviously, with this new method of installing the blade, so you don't have to worry about, you know, dropping a screw on the floor or something like that. You simply take off the emitter, put the blade through, put everything back together, and you're good to go, which is awesome because it just makes things so much easier. You put everything together, you can take it apart super easily. It can just be a very on-the-go type saber, which is awesome because, like, if you're going to a convention, for example, you know, you don't want to have to worry about losing a screw while you're there. And plus, if you're dueling with friends, this is a really good option because you don't have to worry about the blade sliding loose or anything like that, which is awesome. So this is one I highly recommend getting if you're into lightsaber dueling. Guys, that's all from me. I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, be sure to leave a like, comment what you thought in the comment section below, and be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss a video from my channel.